describe your first job in one word, what would that word be?
If you could describe your first job,
number one word
with
you'd use
one
to
word,
describe
what would
Use one
your
word to
first
describe your first job. What would that word be?
Educational.
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 Anxiety.
Awesome.
It was fun.
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 Learning.
Experience. Gratifying.
Greasy.
Hard.
Yeah.
Hard work.
Great. Very informative.
Skills.
Enlightening.
Exciting.
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 It's fantastic.
Motivating. Useful. Interesting.
Dirty.
What would you say is probably the number one word you'd use to describe your first job?
Well, there's no doubt that learning was the biggest thing that took place, but life experiences, came through that, learning to work with other people, learning to deal with the general public, and learning that, if you didn't work, you didn't have any money in your pocket.
It was exciting.
It was fantastic. It was hard, but it was fantastic. But you should never be afraid of work.
Be useful.
Showbiz.
Fun, because I got to work with my dad, so it was a lot of fun.
I would certainly say gratifying.
Educational.
Interesting, I think.
Well, my first job was fun. Definitely, I had fun.
Well, the bowling alley, I'll say, is greasy. But the one at, I would say that the automotive job, the import company, I would say that was just enlightening. I learned so much about the world and how business works.
The first word that came to my mind was exciting, because it was just definitely different.
I think it's educational, because being the first job, you're on a learning curve, and you're learning to apply some basic things that you have as a person to a workplace. So I would say educational.
Great. I'm an outdoors person, so I really enjoy that. And for me to be outdoors and working and making money, as a first job, 14-year-old, was very optimal.
It was an experience. It was just getting my feet wet. Experience.
Anxiety.
The fear of every time the phone rings, that you weren't sure if it was going to be somebody just asking for somebody in the building, or if it was going to be somebody who was upset about their product.
Dirty. Working in a gas station, you're around oil and grease, and I would work a lot during the summer, and it would take a month or so for my hands to get clean.
Awesome. It was fun. It was educational. I developed long-term friendships.
Educational. I learned a lot. I learned how to be an adult.
It was fun, and as I mentioned earlier, I learned a lot.
Exciting. Hard work.
Fun. I think it was surprisingly educational.
Very informative.
It was hard work.
I would say that it was definitely motivating for me.
It was interpersonal skill, communication skills, and then some hard work thrown in.
Do you have any success tips
If you
for
had
those who are
any
seeking their first job?
tips for anyone that might be looking for their first job, what
And
might
do you have
those
any
be?
success tips for the future generations getting their first job?
Do you have any tips for people trying to find their first job?
Do you have any success tips for the people who are seeking their first job?
And do you have any success tips for the younger generation getting their first jobs?
So if you had one tip to give to someone trying to get their first job, what would it be?
If you're seeking your first job, if you're in high school, you take what you can get. I think you just try to find something. I think anything you do, you will be able to draw experience from it. My advice would be to get a job, to start working as early as you want to. Your first job isn't necessarily going to be your ideal job, but you're going to start making money. You're going to start developing a job history.
In relation to this first job topic, internships or experiences are invaluable.
No matter what, just try it. Try it. If you think it might be a good thing to do, just do it. It can't hurt. What are you going to do? Try it for a little while. If you don't like it, try something else. Because we never know.
And don't be afraid.
But just get experience and not worry that it's going to be the only job you'll ever have.
Well, for this generation, I think at this point, it's kind of take what you can get.
And I think the attitude has to be just grab the first thing that's offered and do your best. And if you work hard and you do your best, you're going to succeed.
Definitely go out and get, anything that you may be able to get access to, because you don't know what you might learn from any of those jobs.
Try it. Try just if you could get in and get a job and you try it, try to work as hard as you can at it.
If you're just trying to get your first job for the sake of just, I need money, I need a job, be open-minded. Because especially if your resume has got almost nothing on it, no education other than some high school, maybe early college, be understanding if people aren't wanting to hire you right away. That it's not because you're not a good person. It just, they may be looking for certain requirements. And when you do get a job that's not what you think that is like, oh, it's not my level, like, I'm better than this, you're not.
Be open to new experiences.
Never give up and find what your passion is. And if you don't find it initially, it's okay. You're going to find it, but you've got to keep trying. You've got to keep trying and never give up.
Never give up, even if you don't get your job the first time, just keep trying until you find one.
Anybody who's looking for a first job, I mean, it's tough out there right now, so you need to do something to separate yourself from the other people coming in.
I realize when I think back that the volunteering meant a lot. If they are younger and they have an opportunity to get a set of skills before they get in.
You got to go after what you want.
To be constant, persistent, don't give up.
Be persistent.
If you could pick a job where you're going to be working with other kids your age, that would be fantastic.
I think the key is preparation, preparation, preparation. If you know you're going to go for your job interview on Wednesday, you need to do a practice run on Tuesday. You need to know where the job interview is, what the traffic's like, where you park, so you can be on time and you're not stressed when you get there. And then the other key thing is know your resume, because your resume is basically your elevator pitch for who you are. If you know your resume and you can walk through your resume, you're going to sound organized. You're going to be able to tell that prospective employer who you are.
And if you're turned down for a job, if you may ask on why.
Learn about the business you're going in to apply to before you walk in, so that you can carry on a conversation with the interview person and have an idea about what it is that they're asking.
Be open to anything.
Work with your hands.
Work hard. Be very responsible, and it pays off. It really does.
If you work hard, people notice. Be as kind to people as you can.
Be responsible to it.
Try to work as hard as you can at it.
It's developing a good work ethic.
You have to learn to get along.
Learn how to do everything from the ground up.
Giving it your 110%.
Whatever you do, do it well.
Always be on time. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Ask a lot of questions, because the stupidest question that you don't ask is the one that you don't ask.
Good social skills are pretty important today. One-on-one conversation, eye-to-eye social skills are extremely important.
Work on the communication skills.
You always want to make sure that you're honest. You want to make sure that you look people right in the eye, and you are upfront with everything.
Be honest.
Be willing to listen to people who have been there and done that. People who have more experience than you.
Don't be afraid to accept any kind of criticism or whatever qualifications that employer was looking for, because you could build on that for your next position you're trying to get.
Take criticism constructively. Don't take it personally, because whoever gives you tips and ideas about work is only trying to help you.
Honesty and reliability are two traits that will stand by you for your life.
You're going to take things away from it that you wouldn't necessarily have predicted that you would experience.
Sometimes if you do something bad, something better will come. You learn of the bad moment you had.
Kind of a trial and error for most people.
You're going to have all kinds of experiences. Some of them are going to be positive, and you're going to know right away you love it. And some of them are going to be not very positive at all, and you're going to be working in a job that you realize really quickly, I don't like this, I'm not good at it, and therefore I'm probably not going to be doing a great job. But those experiences are almost as important as the positive ones, because then you really understand yourself as a person and yourself as a working person.
Learn about yourself so that you can finally arrive at a place that utilizes your strengths.
It may work out fine and it may not, but if it doesn't, it's no reflection on you, the person.
I would say try to have fun, but don't, definitely try to get the experience and then sort of use that going forward.
Enjoy the money, put some money away, spend some money, enjoy it while you can, but just get experience.
I heard through the grapevine you have a garbage truck story.
Susan. I do. You're right. It goes along with the advice to give to young people looking for jobs, that no matter what job you have at any point in life, you'll always take something away from it. And I like to tell the story that I went to college to be the best at what I could do, and I won the plaque that told me I was the best at it. And right out of school, I couldn't find work, so my stepdad had a hauling company, and he said, I'll pay you X amount of dollars an hour, he paid me well, to come with me and pick up trash. So there I was on the back of a trash truck at 2 a.m. in January.
Oh my God.
I'm like, I went through school and I busted my butt. You flash forward 15 years, and I'm at the Hartford Insurance Company interviewing the CEO of the company with a couple of people, and he's sitting on the desk, and we're getting the equipment and the lighting done, and he says, wait, I should get this trash bag out of my trash can because it looks terrible and it's full. And he's trying to pull the bag out and it's stuck. And I got this, Liam, and I went over and I hit it in these 3 spots and the bag came right out. And he said, how did you do that? And I said, I used to pick up trash. There are certain ways to hit the can to release the air suction. He was amazed by that. And it's funny, everyone in the room was amazed by that. And it's like, I picked up trash and I learned that little skill. Recently, I was at a trade show with AJA, and we had to pack up pallets at the end of the show in Las Vegas. And we're putting the equipment on the pallets, and then we have to saran wrap them with these big saran wrap things. And myself and another guy are struggling, and a gentleman who does my same job in the Southeast territory grabbed it and just went nuts, and he packed these pallets up in about 3 minutes. And I said, Manny, how did you do that? And he said, I used to work in a warehouse in high school. So you see how no matter what you're doing, there's always something to be learned and retained and brought back later in life in a completely different walk of life.
Thank you so much for coming and sharing your stories.
You bet.